Good evening. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. Clicked on to long range weather forecast discussion for February 6th to the 18th. I don't know what to say about this winter so far, but this was supposed to happen last winter with an El Nino, with bringing significant precipitation to the west, and it was supposed to be like the way the winter was last winter. Now with El Nino, it was supposed to be drier in the west, colder in the east, warmer in the west, and it's just like totally opposite, and I don't see any change in this right now. And the pattern, we're going to look at the pattern for February 6th to the 10th, and models are fairly consistent. Here we have strong positive anomalies, Bering Sea, Alaska. We also have a ridge down here across the southern U.S., and we have an upper low here over Hudson Bay with a trough extending southwestward, covering the northwest. A little weak flow, a trough here in the east. Now, mild pattern expected ahead of advancing system in the west. The system will be entering the west, and the system is forecast to deepen, and this will draw warmer air, and temperatures are forecast to be way above normal across the northern plains and portions of the northern Rockies. The west will remain unsettled due to a trough in the vicinity, and wintry precipitation expected in the cold sector of the storm, and the greatest threat is from the upper Midwest and interior New England. Go look now at the period for February 9th to 13th. Here we are at the 9th. Still have a ridge here, not as strong as the previous period, kind of retrogrades back into Siberia, but we still have below normal heights here, a little bit of split flow across Alaska and so forth, and almost a zone of flow here, but still a little bit of a weak trough here in the northeast, and above normal heights with a ridge across here. And we go through each day, and we get to the 13th. We see a little change in overall circulation, and we look at the models. You can see they're fairly consistent. This is GFS, shows the most of ridge in the west, trough in the east. And the other models, here we go, even which one I saw here? That's the GEFS. Maybe this one a little bit more, the European ensembles. So during this forecast period, I am forecasting above normal temperatures across this area here, with anomalies of 2 to 10 degrees above normal, and below normal temperatures are forecast across the extreme northern U.S. And there I'm forecasting anomalies between 2 to 6 degrees below normal. And for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here for the Northeast, the Mid-Atlantic, and the Ohio and Tennessee valleys. And we have below normal precipitation across this region. Now, we're getting into middle of February, heading, here, and the pattern doesn't really change. So we're going to look at the period for February 14th to the 18th. Here we are in the 15th. Now, this is GFS, has above normal heights across much of the nation. Still a little bit of a weak transient trough here. And then we look at the GE, its ensembles, has a clear indication of a ridge in the west, trough in the east. And now I'm freezing up here. Oh, and then we look at the other models. They're kind of similar, little differences in the strength of the anomalies. And again, even with we have a stratospheric warming event occurring right now, and it's not just showing it here in the models yet. And then we go through the 18th, still above normal heights, and GEFS doesn't change much. Here's the European ensembles, and then the Canadian. So during this forecast period, I'm forecasting above normal temperatures across a large majority of the nation, And forecast anomalies of near 12 degrees above normal. The greatest anomalies will be down across here. Near normal across the northeast due to a weak trough. And for precipitation, I'm calling for above normal precipitation here, and for the northeast and northern mid-Atlantic, and below normal precipitation is forecast for the Four Corners into the Central Rockies and the Northern Plains. So that is a long-range weather forecast discussion for February 6th to 18th. Thanks for coming to Jim Lumley's World of Weather, and have a good day.